The results are in. How did you do against the world's top speedrunners in Nintendo World Championships? Let's take a look.
Welcome to Retro Adam.
All right, thanks for joining me today. Welcome to the show. My name is Adam. We are going to be analyzing last week's top speedrunners in Nintendo World Championships. So first we'll take a look at how well my speedruns did against the top performers, and then we're going to take a look at the differences between the two, between mine and the top performers. So let's take a look at that right now. Now this is going to be a weekly segment in which we analyze the top speedrunners. So here are my results. This is the new week right here, but here are my results. For Mush Zoom, I got 1,417th. I was in the top 3%, which I think is pretty good. A lot of people got 376, so it looks like whoever gets there first is kind of put on leaderboard. For my birth year ranking, I was 81, so that's not too bad. Again, in the top 3% for that year. So let's take a look at my replay, just so you can have a reference. So I ran, jumped, and then quickly jumped through the block there. So let's put that in slow motion here. So jumped about here, just before the bush, jumped on the Goomba, very tight right there, and then jumped up and jumped through the block here. And that's how I was able to achieve 376. So that's what I did. So now let's compare that to the top speedrunner. This is what the top speedrunner did, 350. So did you catch that? That's really interesting. Let's take a look at that again. So I've been noticing a lot of people do some sort of a jump to get more speed here. He didn't do that here, so that's interesting. But he jumped about, see, right from the bush here. He jumped right about here, and he turned around too. And I don't know why he did that. Maybe someone in the comments can explain that. But see how he jumps from the bush, flies backwards, and then hits the Goomba like right on the edge there. See, right there. That's perfect. And then I guess, oh, I see. So he's looking that way already so that he can quickly jump up to here and then loop around really quickly. Interesting. Okay, and then see how he kind of cut the block there a little bit too. It's just right about there, slightly cut the block and then grab the mushroom. So wow, that is fantastic. 3.50. So now let's take a look at my Octorok Onslaught. I got 1.98, and this is how I did against everyone else in the world. Out of 49,000 people, I was 534th. So that's pretty good, top 2%. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to get into the top 100 eventually, so I'm just gonna keep practicing. But in my birth year, I was 27th. So that's really, really good, 2%. So this is what I did to achieve that score. So walk to the left a little bit. Here, let's do that in slow motion. So what I did is I moved to the left a little bit, start going up, and then I tack to the right as soon as the Octorok has formed. So right about there, and then switched, shot the laser sword, and then killed these two guys with the sword and laser sword. And that's how I achieved the 1.98. So let's see what they did. So very similar to what I did. It's only like a 0.3 difference. Let's see that in slow motion. So he did the same thing. He went to the left a little bit, same as me, went up, shot his sword. I think he did it a little bit earlier than I did. Yeah, that's interesting. Look at that. So he did it a little bit earlier than I did, and then turned around, shot his laser sword, and then killed these two here. Oh, he killed both of them with one shot of his sword. That's a huge difference right there. I didn't notice. So look at that. Oh, okay, so he didn't even use his laser sword on that part. And that achieved him a 1.95. Okay. So this is my run of 1-1. So I noticed a lot of people had a similar score on this one. It was, the 2116. So a lot of people got that. Although I was in the top 363, top 0.8%. That is amazing. And then in my birth year, I was top 11. That's amazing. So top 0.5%. So I'm really, really happy with that. And I'll show you my run on that. So I didn't do anything fancy. I basically just ran as fast as I could to the other side. Nothing fancy. Just basically, I didn't slow down at all. I just kept running the entire time. So yeah, 21:16. A lot of people got that score. But let's see what the top speedrunner did. So you see what he did there? He did some sort of a jump at the beginning to propel him forward quicker at the beginning. So I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I've seen this done in other videos, and I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. So maybe in the comments, someone can explain that to me. But let's take a look at the run. So he does that beginning jump there, and basically, I think that's the only difference is that initial start that gives him a little bit of a boost. Let's see if he does anything else different. So yeah. Basically, it was just that beginning part there. So let's look at the beginning again. So does some sort of a left-facing jump and jumps backwards to the right and then jumps like that. So I don't know what that is. I don't know why that causes a little bit of a boost in speed, but I'll have to research that and figure out exactly what that is. So that's what he did. And now the next one is Metroid. So here is Up and Out. And so I was able to get, out of 43,000 people, 519th out of the top 2%. Again, I'm pretty happy with that. I would like to get in the top 100. So I'm gonna have to just keep practicing that. And then in my birth year, I was 27th. So that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's take a look at my replay. Then we can analyze it after. So looped around that slug thing. So you can see that my jumps, they're a little bit sloppy. There's a lot of room for improvement when I'm jumping on the platforms. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but there's definitely room for improvement. So 24:26. And then here, let's analyze it a little bit closer. So as you can see, I'm jumping up, spinning. See, I don't know if it's faster to spin jump or to just jump straight, but I need to see there's way too much of a gap between each platform. So let's keep going. Jump around this one and then up. See that one's not too bad, but I noticed a lot of my jumps have too much of a gap between each platform. So I think that was a big difference in time compared to the top speedrunner. So let's analyze the top speedrunners. So 1870, that's incredible. So let's take a look at what he did. So look at that, just phenomenal footwork there. Look at that, just no room, no gaps, just straight to the platform. Look at that, just absolutely flying up these platforms here. This is just unreal gameplay. So 1870 for that. So let's analyze that a little closer. Okay, so look at this. So spin jumps straight onto the platform. Look at that, right on the corner. Unbelievable. Goes to the next. See, this part is this is incredible work by the player. Look at this. He squeezes right past the slug. Look at that. Unbelievable. Gets hit by the slug and uses that momentum to get onto the next platform. That is absolutely incredible. And then jumps straight onto the left platform there. So, and then let's analyze each step. Look at that. Every single jump hits the very tippy corner, which is just incredible work by this player. And just look how fast, look how concentrated those jumps are. Loops around this slug here. Now, something else I've seen interesting is that sometimes in other replays I've watched is that the slug sometimes goes this way, which leaves room to jump up here. But here, that's not the case. It has to slide around and do a spin jump around this slug here. So look at this. This loops around, very tight, very precise, and then goes up and finishes the job here. So absolutely, look at that. But see, this one's not, usually this one goes, this creature here goes around like that, but here that's not the case. So I don't know what's happening there. A little bit of a difference there, and then gets that 18.70. Absolutely incredible work by this player. And then the last one we got is Evasion is Key. So I got 13.96. Let's see how that compared to everyone else. So out of 40,000 players, I got 588. That's not too bad, again, in the top 2%, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then on my birth year, I got 29th, so I think that's pretty impressive. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's check my replay. So a lot of people, they jumped straight to this platform here, jumped on the beetle, just flew across to the other side and straight into the pipe here, grab the key, do a jump, two hops there, and then straight to the door. So let's watch that in slow motion. Okay, so jump from there, forget about the carpet, just go straight to the platform. Jump on the edge there, it gets you into the beetle for another jump. So you just keep going. Land, just keep running, land here, jump all the way to the pipe. Let's see how this goes. So right onto the pipe. See, the problem is a lot of times when I was hitting this pipe, I would get stuck in the corner here. So it's got to be very precise here. And you go down. And then room for improvement here is I've noticed that it's very difficult to jump from here to here to here. So you need a bit of a running start. So I ran a little bit over there, jumped to here to there, and then jumped straight to the door after that. So let's take a look at the door here. This is really interesting here. So where you stand when you press up can save you a bit of time. So it looks like I pressed up right about there. So now let's compare that to the top speedrun. So pretty similar. A little bit of a difference here, yeah, see? So he went to the left and then to the right. So let's play that in slow motion. So jumped on the edge, so that looks pretty similar. Jumped on the edge there, jumped on the beetle, so that's very similar. Not too much difference there. But here's a big key difference here. So when you go inside, look what he does here, look at this. So grabs the key, and then goes to the left right away, jumps, hits that platform right there, it jumps again, and then right out of the pipe. So I think that was a big key difference there. And then, oh, look at that, did not jump out of the pipe, just ran to the right onto the star, ninja star, and then straight to the, but let's see where he heads up on the door. Let's take a look at that. So pretty similar spot to when I hit up. Boom. So very, very, very close there. So those are the small little differences between mine and the top speedrunners. Let me know in the comments how you did, if you were playing this game as well, and we can kind of analyze it together. And these are my new times so far for the second week. I have not really tried to optimize them just yet, but let's see if I can do a little bit better on those right now, actually. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So this is just, you know, grab the morph ball. I don't know how much extra room I can do better on this one. It's basically just jump. It's basically just 2 jumps and then drop directly on the ball. Jump, jump, ball on the ball. So the best so far I've done on this is 371. 375, so not much more room for improvement on this. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to watch some other videos of other people playing and see what they're doing differently. It's the jumps. It's just, you gotta have those precise jumps. So yeah, 371 again. So I'm not really sure what more I could improve there. This one is loose change. You gotta collect the coins as fast as you can. So I got 235 on that one. So I haven't even got an S on this one yet. But basically the idea is just to quickly jump up and down to get all these coins. Oh, there you go. I just beat my personal best. So yeah, 211 was my personal best. This was just uploaded to the championship, 2.05. So that's pretty good. But anyways, that's pretty good actually, 2.05. Let me show you the next one. So this is for week 2. So what I was showing you before was week 1. This is week 2. I'll show you my strategy for this one. So I just go up, shoot the laser, walk across, and then just wail on this guy. So clearly I can so walk up, shoot the laser, and then just wail on this guy. So that's basically my strategy for this one. I've been able to get 7.08. I don't know if that's any good, but that's what I've been able to get so far. Let me know in the comments if you have any better strategies. Yeah, so that's essentially that one. And then there's 2 others. We got barrel roll and then overcome the underworld. This one's pretty straightforward. You just try to get to the top as quickly as possible. I mean, there's not much room for improvement here. Just try to get up the ladders as quickly as possible. So that part, I wonder if you can beat the barrel to the ladder there. That's interesting. Oh, and of course, I get stuck right on the ladder there. Let's try that again. So I don't think you can beat that barrel. I don't think it's possible. So exact same time there, 21:35. So yeah, I don't know if there's that much room for improvement there. And then this one is you just try to get to the top of this Kid Icarus tower here. So my best, 118.43. This one, if you take damage, it doesn't affect your speed. You can just kind of walk through enemies. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. He's also a healing potion up top here. So I wouldn't worry too much about getting hit. And then you want to go to the right here. It's faster to go to the right. And then don't accidentally go in the door, which I always do. And then you get the chalice, which heals your health. So just keep going. And then you want to just, dodge these Grim Reapers. So there you go. Yeah, I just beat my personal best actually there too. 113.73. Definitely room for improvement on that one, but so that is week 1 of the Nintendo World Championships world rankings here. Let me know what times you achieved in the comments, and next week this will be a weekly segment, so next week we'll analyze these challenges and see what we could have improved upon. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the support and comments. We will see you in the next video. Take care.